In the midst of every trouble, there are always glimmers of hope. Thanks for watching. All right, well, welcome back to Glimmers of Hope. Thank you very much for being with us again. Glimmers of Hope, where survivors of the Altadena Fire, the Eaton Fire, but we all know, we're talking the Altadena Fire, come and we find that behind every troubled story, there is a glimmer of hope. That's what we're doing here. Now, you may recognize Jackie, our guest today. Jackie has come back for a second interview. Some things have changed. She's grown. Some things are going on, and she's going to give us an update on what's happened to her in the last several months since we spoke. I don't know the date on that, but that's okay. So, Jackie, when last we spoke, so welcome. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. And Khaleesi is with you as well. We like the dog. Okay. When last we spoke, you were still really in the thick of it.
Yes.
Okay, in the thick of loss and change. Can you give us a little bit of an idea how does your life look today? Well, what does a normal day feel like for you?
Well, it's really rough getting through a day. I miss my husband so much. Everything reminds me of him all day. But I'm hanging in there, and I'm making a little progress with the house. I'm going through a kind of a legal battle with the trust, which is touch and go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pulling against me. So I'm struggling through that and wondering why would a person want something that's not there. And it's really frustrating because if there's nothing there, there's nothing to get.
Right.
So I'm fighting that.
Right.
And I don't really understand why.
Yeah. In addition to, not just to give people who maybe didn't hear your story before, but you are one of the many, in my life few, but one of the many in Altadena who lost everything.
Yes.
Okay. And I remember your story vividly. You were across the street and you watched it go down.
Watched it.
Yeah. So.
And video. We videotaped a lot of the fire.
Incredible.
It was.
And I said that there was a classic car involved. I can never remember what it was.
It was a 1961 Chevy Impala.
Okay. So 61 Impala, and your husband had fixed it up from the ground
6
up.
years, yes. And it was immaculate.
Yeah.
No expense spared. And it was just beautiful. And just to see it. And then when they came to take the car away, it was heartbreaking just to see all his work go. He worked so hard. And it's hard. And even now I see a car like that go down the street, and it's like I have like a panic anxiety attack. This is really hard. This is really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah. Someone I listen to, someone I follow, a guy by the name of Andrew Clavin, he says that grief is a desert that must be crossed on foot. And it's uncomfortable, and it takes a long time, and you just got to go one step at a time. Yeah.
And you know what? When you say that, it makes me think about the legal battles I'm going through. So the grief is going through the desert, but I start my travel, but I have to go back because I have the legal battle. Every time I start across, I have to go back.
Wow. So
I really can't grieve like I need to. So I'm just torn.
Yeah.
This is incredible. This is really, every day is hard. Every day.
Now, I also have someone in my personal life who lost someone very close to them, and they say pretty much the same thing. They just day by day, it's some days are good, some days not so good.
Yeah.
It's I told him this morning. I think I sent him a text this morning. I said, you know what? In my own experience, that it comes in waves.
Yes.
And in waves. And for him, I know he's going to see something on TV that's going to remind him of this person. And boom, you get hit with a wave.
Right.
Or you're going down the road and you see It doesn't have to be a 61 Impala. It could be any classic car that has that, and it's like, right?
Yeah.
So, um, well, I want to ask a question, but maybe we'll come back to it. So we're going through grief, and the what augments and makes your time even more difficult is the trouble you're having with this legal thing. And I'm
Yes.
going to guess. I know we can't talk details. I know we can't talk details, and we don't
Hmm.
want to say anything disparaging about somebody else. But it is likely that it is involves insurance and what somebody owned, and then possibly a family situation that's making it difficult.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And it's like you haven't lost anything, so what are you owed?
Right.
So I'm the one going. I'm going through so much, and you want to add to what I'm going through, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like somebody's down, and you want to pick their pockets. It doesn't make sense.
But let me ask you this: in understanding that,
Hmm.
okay, and all of those things are true and real, and you are actually feeling pain and grief. We know,
Hmm.
okay, the same thing. We know, but the show is called Glimmers of Hope. There's a reason for it.
Hmm.
Understanding that it's tough, it's difficult in ways that the people can't really imagine completely.
Hmm.
But that being said, looking back over the last several months, and while I finish my question, have in mind a couple of things.
Hmm.
What would you say have been glimmers of hope? Something has risen up and said, "Yep, I can." That gives me hope. That is a positive. Can you give me an idea of a couple of things?
Well, since all this happened, I've met the nicest people that I probably would have never met. And going back to the property to see the houses being built gave me a glimmer of hope.
Uh,
It gave me some light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm just so happy and grateful that the people I've met, I would have never met them if this didn't happen. So it's like a silver lining. And I'm so blessed for that.
Can you give me an example? That's a real good broad statement. Even a first name, and then tell a story if
Okay,
you can.
John and Kathy. I met them, and after the fire, they invited me to the church. And I hadn't been to church in years. And when I went to church, I felt so welcome. I loved it. I love it. I mean, there was one day that I went to church. After I got home, I was thinking about, oh my God, what am I going to wear to church tomorrow? I'm like, I just came from church. So I like it, and I like the people. They're so sweet to me, and I'm just so grateful for them. I'm just so Jeff and Ellen. They're just grateful. I'm just grateful for them. They just wow. And I think about them all the time. They are so sweet.
Now, how can I ask this question? Why? Why do you suppose these people are so good? What is I mean, you're nice. Jackie's cool, but what is their motivation?
That's just who they are.
Yeah.
And some people they have a good personality, but you don't know their character.
Mm-hmm.
I can see their character. That's who they are to the core. And I like that about them. And they make me feel like I can trust them because of who their character is. And I love it. I love it.
Well, I'm going to pursue this until I get to the end of my question here, or otherwise I'll just answer it myself because it's my show. I can do what I want. But I know Jeff and Ellen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. They've sat
Hmm.
on the other side of the
Hmm.
microphone here, and they're great folks.
Hmm.
But do you suppose they have an underlying foundation? Do you suppose they have something that motivates them? I know Ellen. Ellen's just a sweetheart.
She is.
Okay. Jeff, he's a nice guy.
Funny.
Okay. But what is there an underlying motivation? Do you know what their underlying reason? Do they have a purpose? What is? Do you know what that is? Because I think I do. I think I have it in common with them. I bet you have it in common with them too.
I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure.
I think that believers in Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
that we
Yes.
follow
Yes.
a God
Yes.
who loves us,
Yes.
who's interested in us, who knows we're going to have tragedy, who knows we're going to have
Right.
trouble, and puts people in our lives,
Right.
okay? Not just nice people, okay? But those nice people can be tough, and they can be honest, and they can be true, and they can be helpful and everything.
Right.
I think the answer is that that God has augmented their natural ability to be good and kind and just because He's God. That's what I think. That they're following the teaching. That's what you're experiencing at the church.
Right.
They're following
Mm-hmm.
that they are actual good
Mm-hmm.
ambassadors for the teaching of the church.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
There you go.
I agree.
I don't want to put words in anybody's
No,
mouth.
I agree with you.
But we sometimes forget that outside of that environment, okay, people are good and honest and all most of the time, but inside of that environment, we have a connection with the source of goodness.
Mm-hmm.
We have the source,
Mm-hmm.
a connection with the source of justice and such. You've been going to the church,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and I know that there's is it every other week or that there's a group that meets? Are you part of that group?
We were doing that once a month.
Once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, and so they're helping you through the grief and
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
part of your rhythm. What has that support meant to you? What role is your faith playing in your healing?
Well, we all understand what the other person's going through. Sometimes you talk to people and they're like, "Aren't you over that? It happened a year ago." They understand. So if you repeat the same thing over and over about what you're going through, they don't feel like that. So you can talk to them and they're there for you and they listen. And it feels good. It feels really good. And they ask me, what can they do for me to make me feel better? Just being in that group that night, it makes me feel so good because just the warmth, the spirit is just there with us. And it feels so good. And I'm so grateful for them because I just love it. I just love it. It brings me up. When I'm having a bad day, I go there. I'm like, okay, they're going to lift me up. And they do.
Right.
And I love it. When I leave, I get in the car. I'm just like, I feel joy. And I don't feel joy all month. That brings me up.
Wow.
They are like, and I had to tell them I appreciate them so much. They don't know how much I appreciate them. And I don't know how to express it to them. But I'm really grateful for them.
Well, what do you suppose they do when they get in the car after hanging out with you?
I don't know. I don't know because I'm sure they're not hungry because sometimes we have dinner. So I don't know. Maybe go home and watch a movie.
No,
I don't know.
I have a feeling they get in the car and they do the same thing,
Oh.
thinking about you because of your smile and your joy, and you're in the midst of it just like they are.
Yeah.
And you're not. Clavin says grief is a desert that has to be crossed on foot, but he doesn't say you have to do it alone.
Yeah.
And so those people are helping you walk through it. If you're open to it. And we didn't really talk much about this last time, but it's been a year. Well, it's been several months since you and I talked, but it's been a year since the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what you mean. I think sometimes people that are not in my immediate circle, maybe they get a little tired of it too. Okay, Dwight's going to talk about the fire again, but it was a huge deal.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not. We're not going to forget it for a while. So it's going to be forever.
Forever. So, but you mentioned your husband. If you're open to it, would you be willing to share a little bit about your husband? I mean, what kind of guy was he? What did he love?
He loved.
What do you remember about him? What did he love?
He loved classic cars. He loved working on cars. He was he can build a motor like nobody's business. Yeah. My brother is a mechanic, and he can fix a car. And when you impress him, you're doing something. Wow. When he open the hood of one of the cars that Dylan did the motor for, My brother was like, I don't want to say what he said, but he was like, wow, I didn't know he had it like that.
Right.
He built that car, and even after the fire, we went to start the car. Fired right up.
Serious.
It fired right up, and I was like, oh my God, tears just start pouring. And I was thinking to myself, my brother looked at me, he said, you know, if he was so broken about all this fire, maybe if he would have known this car would have started up, he probably would have hung in there. I'm like, maybe this, yeah. And I'm thinking, yeah, it was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing. And then when the guy came to take the car, I videotaped the car going, and I felt like I was just melting away. It was because I watched him every day. I mean, when it rained, he was like, I can't work on the car because it's raining. He loved that. And it's like, it just hurts so much to see him work so hard and he didn't get to enjoy it.
Mm.
And this Friday, is the anniversary of his death. And I was afraid for that day to come,
right,
because I don't want to remember it, but I can't get away from it. And it scares me. I want to get in the bed and just cover my head with the covers and just hide and just poof, be gone, just disappear, but I can't. But I have to be well enough to get through that desert.
Get through the desert.
I got to get to the desert. Yeah. I got to get to the other side.
And I'll get spanked by somebody for the following reference. But in the Lord of the Rings, which is, at the tail end, very, very end of the story, when so funny, yes, a Lord of the Rings reference, but at the very end of the story, Frodo's getting ready to go away with Gandalf, and they're going to go. Did you see the movies?
No.
Okay, it's okay. Read the books. Don't watch the movies.
Okay.
Read the books. Awesome. But the friends are crying, and Gandalf, the wizard, he says, "I'm not going to tell you not to cry." He says, "Because not all tears are evil." You know what?
Yeah.
Tears hurt.
Yeah.
They're not always bad.
Right.
So we remember your husband on Friday.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And even when I'm driving, he worked for the city for 38 years, and he resurfaced the streets. Really? And when I see a street being repaved, it's just, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to leave the house.
Right.
I don't want to go down that street. I have to take the long way around, so I have to see the streets. It's no escape. I can't escape all the triggers that I have.
Right.
So.
Well, I would say then remember.
Yeah.
Remember.
Thanks for the memories.
Fully and cry openly. There's no mourning is not evil. Mourning without hope.
Yeah.
Okay. But you have a hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he made sure I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. And I'm grateful for him. And I'm thankful for the joy he gave me.
I wish I could sit still for 5 minutes and just be a part of it. I mentioned in the last episode, and Leslie's heard me say it several times, I was reading Psalm 40, and it's, thank you, God. Thank you for hearing me. It says, I was in the mud and mire, and you pulled me out. I was in a pit of despair, and you pulled me out. All right. Someone is going to watch this show. Someone's going to hear your words. They're going to listen. They're going to see us. They're going to remember you. Maybe they saw that very first episode that you were in, and they're going through their own pit of despair. Okay, mine was different than yours. Okay, yours is different than the other guy, Jeff and Ellen. They have a whole their own story, right? If you could, so someone's going to be watching you. If you could say something to that person from where you are today, right? right? So it's Wednesday. 2 days from now is going to be the anniversary of your husband's passing. You lost the house and you've rebuilt. You're dealing with this, whatever it is. But if somebody is watching this show, what would you say to them while they are in their pit of despair?
Well, I'm going to say, my sister said to me, God's not going to give you more than you can handle. And you're going to be stronger going through what you're going through. You're going to be stronger at the end. And I thought about that. And I'm thinking, all I'm going through is a lot. But I don't know what other people are going through. They might be going through more or less, but everybody deals with things differently. But which I'm sure I'm going to get through this, I'm going to be tough because this is, this is a lot. This is a lot.
Right.
I think you hang in there and do the right thing. Just do the right thing. And you're going to be okay.
I don't know your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Wild about her, can't
Mm-hmm.
live without her, but I don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
I would challenge that statement a little bit because I've heard that so
Mm-hmm.
many times over my life. My
Mm-hmm.
mom would say the same thing to me. God's not going to give you more than you can handle. Yes, he is. Because if he doesn't give you more than you can handle, you're not going to depend on him. Change it, in my opinion, change it just a little bit because God wants you to depend on him. Only God can get you out of that pit of despair, out of the mud and the mire, and lift you up. So it says later on in Psalm 40 that if I were to try to tell the story of what you've done for me, there wouldn't be enough words. And if you can handle it on your own,
Right.
then you can make up your own story. God wants you.
And he walks with me.
Bingo.
He walks with me.
Yeah. So maybe that's what we tell the people, someone who's watching.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going through.
He's holding your hand. He's walking you through it.
Exactly. Wants you to go.
Yeah.
Wants to go through it with you.
Right.
Wants you to rely on him. Because
right.
he's going to take you to a church group that's going to save you.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to introduce you to all these people.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to make the scripture real through his people.
And there's some days where I'll get up and I'm like, I'm so tired, I don't want to go. And he just lifts me out the bed and I just get up and I'm there. And I'm like, I don't even sleep. I don't go to bed till like after 5 every night.
Oh.
So when I get up and go to church, I'm like, I'm so sleepy. I said, but he helps me up and I get up and I'm full of energy. And me and Keith Lacey, we bust in the doors.
Well, yeah, okay, God bless you. And you know what? He will and he has. You know, I don't want anyone to go through what you've gone through, what Jeff and anybody. I don't want anyone to go through it. But if they do, I want them to come through like you have. It's a very...
Well, I haven't got across the desert, but I'll make it. I'm going to make it. I have to.
One step at a time.
Yes.
All right.
I'll make it through that desert.
All right. We're gonna have to come back in a few months and get another update because I want to know that you went through and that legal thing is all in the past.
Oh, yes.
Ugh, it's terrible.
Yes.
Well, Jackie, thank you again for being with us. Thanks for being Khaleesi. And thank you all for being with us yet again. God bless you. And I recommend if you're going through trouble, Psalm 40. Read Psalm 40. All right. Thanks, guys. Jackie, thanks for being here, and thanks for being here with us at Glimmers of Hope. Thanks for watching. Please reach out to us. info@glimmersofhope.me.